Okay, I thought I'd do a very quick video of like the fastest makeup I can do with some of these new bits I got, just to see what they're like. So first of all, I'm going to quickly cleanse my skin because I have been out and about since 6 a.m. this morning and I need a refresh. I have got a horrible cold sore, so I'm going to cover that as well and show you how I would cover that and work around that for when I do makeup on clients or myself, when I've got a cold sore that I don't want to obviously spread and contaminate around. Next step is the Esper toning spray. So I've still got the cleanser on from the first step, and then I'm just going to wipe it off with this. So for moisturiser, I'm going in with the Bobbi Brown face base and also an under eye cream from Bobbi Brown. Don't want too much of this. A little goes a really long way. And same with the cream. Don't need too much. To be fair, if you use too much of that, you go through it really quick. The pot seems so small for the price. That's why I look so old. Look at my wrinkles come in. When I'm wearing a mask at work and a hat like that, all you can see is this part of me, and I look about 50, not 33. So yeah, I'm completely missing my facials. It proved that they do work because I was not as wrinkly as this. So 4 months off of the facials is bringing all my wrinkles out that I should naturally have. So please, Boris, hurry up and open up the salons to be able to work on faces, because my face needs a lot of work. I just went to prime my eye, ready for eyeshadow, and forgot to do my soap brow. So this is Bomb Brows, and I got it from Etsy. And I'm using the little spray bottle that it comes with it. I think it's just water in it. An eyebrow, well, a mascara wand. Also perfect for brushing through brows. So I'm just working it in, getting a kind of paste. And then work through the eyebrows. So I like to kind of go back and forth. I like to get all the hairs coated. And then this works quite quick. So obviously a big trend on Instagram is where like the brows look so like fluffy and crazy. Not as mental as what I've just done, but you know what I mean. But I don't like to do that much on my brow. But I do like to push it up a bit, and it's made it, especially my outer arch, the hair that hangs low here, it is pushing back onto like my tattooed brow area. So it does make it look a lot better. And I'll just press it down with my finger. But then here, where it goes a little bit too circular, I'll just smooth that off. So I don't want it to be too flat at that area there. So I should have done it before the base. I don't want it to mess with the eyeshadow base. See, the product, there's still enough product on here from what I got the first time to go back with this brow. So no double dabbing into the pot and contaminating it. Ooh. Okay, so just quickly done that on that eye using the Ellen E Stage Eyeshadow Primer. Obviously I'm running at the end of it, that's why it's been cut and I can get more products out of it. So I'm going in with this one in the palette. It's a nice warm bronzy kind of shade. Can you see? So I'm kind of patting it in the outer V before I'll go to blend it or anything. then now I'm going with a bit of a fluffier brush, still tapered, and then going in with a lighter matte shade and gonna help buff that out. So now I'm just going in with the bronzer shade from the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer and repeating that step, just kind of layering up what I've just done. Because I am quite bronzed as well, got a nice fake tan on. Obviously that colour before was too pale, so I'm trying to bring it to a more of a bronzed level transition area. But I do like to keep it still bright under the eyebrow. So then taking a thinner brush, and I'm just going in with a darker shade, and even in the palette it doesn't look that dark, but on the eye it picked up a bit darker, which was nice. And then really keeping it within that V area, but not as spread this time. This one's not going to be as spread out. Just really simple and easy. But then I'm going to go back to the brush before, and then pick up the very first colour, and then go over the edges of what I've just put down. And then with my finger, I'm going to go in with this colour, just like the middle shade of the shimmer shades. With my finger, like I said, it's going to be nice, quick and easy makeup. Because I have got somewhere to go, and this will make me run late if I don't hurry up. So then with the a thin brush and the lighter shade, I'm going to put it on my inner corner because I like it there. I find with clients 50-50 people love it, and the other 50% of people loathe it. I'm getting the Charlotte Tilbury brown pencil and just going to go along the outer area of the eye. Ain't got to be too neat, and I'm not bringing it all the way in. Probably two-thirds of the way. And elongate it slightly. So I'm getting a bit old now, so I'm having to lift this a little bit. I'm just getting the pencil at this angle, meeting the end of my eye and what I've just done, and just pulling up. See, there's already darker shadow there, darker brown, so actually I can't really tell too much, so I can't go too wrong, but it's there and it's added a bit of depth. That's the main thing. But also I'm going to go in the waterline and top line as well. So I'm going to go in with this is a Charlotte Tilbury Tester Legendary Lashes. Tester mascara, and I actually really like this. I'm sure I've tested it before and I didn't like it, so I don't know what's changed. Unless I have been putting a serum on my lashes, see they're quite long, called X Lash. Maybe I like it now I've got longer lashes. Maybe it's the fact my lashes are decent now. So I'm going in with lashes, and these are Alwa, and this is hair extension glue. Now I know so many makeup artists have been telling me to try this for a while, or just clients or family members and friends have said to use hair extension glue as lash glue. Now I wouldn't do it on my clients because I'm not insured to do so. However, I did test this on myself last week, and oh my god, I love it. Why can't they just make it eye safe so that we can use this glue? It don't take long to get tacky. So if I was to use this on clients when I'm working back to back, fast pace, it's brilliant because I wouldn't need to wait for the lash glue to get too tacky. And then it just lasted all day really well. Just going to my under eye, and I'm picking up a bit of this one. And then also into that one, more for halfway down. And then just blending over it. And when it comes to the edges of my eyeshadow, I like to buff it out and drag it out. And then on this one, I ended up having a pop of this middle shade, kind of like a coppery, orangey, peachy shade. So whack a bit of that in the middle. It just warms up the eye a little bit more. So carrying on with the Charlotte Tilbury theme, I'm going to use the Flawless Filter. I think shade too light, so this is a bit light for my tanned skin, but I'm just going to go with it and use it as if a highlighter. But before I carry on and blend that in, I'm going to use... Okay, so before I went on with any skin, I should have gone in with one of these really. But so this is a cold sore patch, and for anyone with a cold sore, it's perfect to hide the cold sore. So you could almost put makeup over it without it affecting the cold sore, because makeup carries bacteria. Makeup can breed bacteria easier. So obviously you put makeup on the cold sore, the bacteria is going to breed and it'll make the cold sore worse, as well as obviously contaminating your brushes and things like that. So ideally you should do skin prep and then go in with one of these. So, wrong way around. To be fair, mine is going now, even though it looks manky. Yeah, so mine's going now, so I don't really use these because I find they heal faster if you don't cover them. But for the fact that I want to wear makeup today, it's good to put on, because like I said, now I can put makeup over it as if it's not there, and it helps the texture and things like that. So these are absolutely perfect for brides. So I think I got them maybe from Poundland, but Boots and Superdrug do actual branded a branded version, and I do prefer the branded version. I do find that they last longer. This is not as sticky, but it'll do for what my purpose is today. I'm only wearing makeup for a few hours. Yeah, so now I've obviously gone anywhere near the cold sore, I need to go wash my hands. And if you do that with a client and you go anywhere near cold sore, you need to be washing your hands in between. Obviously you're not meant to do clients makeup who's got a cold sore. However, if you go to a bride who's paid a hefty deposit on her wedding day and say, sorry, I'm not doing your makeup because you've got a cold sore, you know, you're going to get the worst review in the world. And there's just ways to combat it. You know, you mist the area if need be, you do these patches, you use disposable things around there, like disposable sponge that you can throw away, which I'll show you in a minute, and lip ones and things like that. But yeah, I'm going to show you that now. So I've just gone and washed my hands because I touched around the cold sore area. And ideally as well, you could always ask a client who's got a cold sore if you could use their brushes. Although it will contaminate their brushes. Whereas now, this is my personal brush. I will go on my face, but I'm not going to go near the cold sore. Whereas when I go near the cold sore, I'm going to be using a sponge I can throw away. So if you was worried or concerned, or if the cold sore is really bad, or just for your own protection, you could ask the client, your customer, to see if you can use their brushes instead for that extra bit of security of your kit. So obviously I'm just blending this Flawless Filter stuff in. And I never massively like this. Like, I find it can make foundations go a bit weird. But here the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush foundation is quite matte. So maybe they work well together, seeing as they are products as well. So that's why I thought I'd try that under it today. So I've put some on my hand and it's number 6, and I did start to see if it was my shade. I think it's a little bit light for the tan that I've got on, but I do believe this foundation oxidizes, so we shall see. So I'm trying to get close-ish to that cold sore area, but whilst avoiding it at the same time. I will, if I can prevent it, will avoid using this brush to go over it. I'm going to go over it with a sponge. And sometimes if I don't have the kind of clear plasters to go over it, I would actually avoid it altogether and then go in with maybe a cotton bud near it and kind of push up near it, and maybe towards the end of the makeup I'll just dab a bit of colour on. But I would warn the customer at that point that the cold sore might get sorer. It could infect it, you know, if they don't clean it off properly. I mean, because cold sores can seem infected anyway and yellow and disgusting as they're healing. But yeah, it's their choice. I'll be like, if I cover it, it can get sorer or infected if you don't look after it, or I can leave it exposed. And obviously, I think 10 out of 10 women have all said to cover it. Usually, if it's especially on, because it's their wedding day, that's the scenario, is the only time that I really do someone with a cold sore. So I'm just going to get this buffed in. Okay, so foundation's on, and I'm using my excess and a very cheap sponge, and I'm going to go over the edge of that. So you will still see texture and everything, but at least you can start hiding some of the colour. Like further away now, you can't see the imperfection going on there, but now, because that's been touched to the cold sore, it needs thrown away, because you don't even want to put it on your table. You don't want to put it anywhere near your kit, because that's got nasty potential cold sore disease on it. So you just want to literally put it straight in the bin. And because I am doing the quickest makeup today, it's meant to be quick anyway, still took longer than I wanted to. Okay, so around where the foundation meets the shadow, I'm just gonna blend it out, buff it out further. That's just to break up any harsh line in between the shadow and the foundation. And then now I'm going to go in with the number 2 medium. Can't really see it's done a lot. So I used that finger before. I'm just going in with a different finger now because I don't want to double dab. My hands are clean. I clean my hands a lot in between makeup, and I've got a hand wipe and a hand towel on hand at all times. So this literally is called a Vanish Conceal, and I feel it has vanished. Maybe it would work well with a foundation, I mean a concealer on top, but I'm in a rush today, so I'm not going to test that yet. And I haven't really got dark circles, so maybe it's because of I'm not trying to really conceal anything, that I can't see the benefit of that. So I'm going to set my under eye with the Airbrush Powder from Tilbury. And I like this brush because it's thin and it can really get under the under eye. It does make a nice smooth under eye powder. And I'm going to go in with a bigger brush to do the rest of my face. only a little bit. I say a little bit and then I end up doing a lot. And then now I'm excited to be going in with bronzer. So we're ready. Okay, so it's ginormous. It's meant to be as smoothing as the face powder, so let's see. And some of the reviews was mentioning that they wasn't happy with the colour, or the colour can be a bit subtle, but I'm seeing it. Is that showing up? I think it's quite nice actually. It is subtle, and I do often like a subtle bronzer. It is smoothing, it is doing what it says it would do. I feel like I could keep applying without looking too bronzed as well, which is good. So if you're not very good at applying bronzer, this might be the one for you, for the fact that it's not too pigmented, not building up too much colour. I think I'm impressed with that. I need to use it more to see. So to carry on running with the Charlotte Tilbury kind of vibe and products, I have got a blush here, but it's a bit of a dark mauvey pink for my skin. So I'm actually going to go in with a Milani one, but on this there is a highlighter in the middle, so I'll use the highlight from that. And I'm going in with the Milani one because this is the Luminoso that everyone raves about. It's amazing, and I've not used it yet, so I wanted to see and test that out. Yeah, that is pretty. I can't wait to use these things on other people, because that's when I tend to fall in love with products, is when I see it out of my own eyes on someone else and not myself. I'm too much of a critic of myself. So I'm just trying to pat in there that little highlighty pop of highlight and just go over my highlighted areas. Okay, so I'm going on to my brows, and I'm getting so lazy with eyebrows. Just don't have the time to do them. So I'm just going to use this GimMe Brow by Benefit, and I don't have any Charlotte Tilbury ones to kind of try and carry on with a lot of Charlotte Tilbury products. But yeah, I'm just going to go over the outer edge, because for me, that's where I lack the most pigment and colour in hair. So that's where I need it the most. I've done a really bad job in my makeup today, as in the sense it's gone all over my eyebrows. So they look more pale than what they should. And when I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to not lift that brow product as well. The soap brow that I put on. Okay. So then now, going in my favourite brow product, and this is the Shape and Shade Brow Tint, and this is in stud, so this is a dark one, because the one that's stepped down is like a darker brown, warmer brown, it's running out, so I need a new one. And I like to just draw a few fake hairs on, trying to go in the direction of the natural hair. And just trying to fill in any gaps really. but I don't want it to look too drawn on either, so it's trying to get that balance, because I'm more about a natural brow nowadays, definitely. They could be better, but I don't have time for it. So in regards to lips, so for lips, with someone with a cold sore, or in most people, I like to use these lip ones. They're just really handy. They're quite detailed. They can take a bit long sometimes because they're quite thin, but you can get right in the corners into the cupid's bow and all sorts with them. So it's definitely a must for the, like, when people have got something like spots around the mouth or cold sore. Sometimes you might have spots and you don't know they turn into a cold sore. So if you're putting your lip brush around a cold sore area, you are going to contaminate your kit. So I like to have loads of them, but for a lip you should need one for like a darker colour, which we'll use for a lip line. Obviously I know you can use a lip liner and sharpen it, and it's meant to get rid of any bacteria, but I still would try and avoid that with someone who's got a cold sore, because you just don't know if it's going to linger on. And even though I've got the plasters as well, you just don't know. I'm just whacking on anything really, just trying some new things out of here that I don't usually use. And then top with a lip gloss, and I'm just going to put it on the back of my hand and then reuse the one that's been in the centre. And then again, like the sponge, I'm just going to throw that straight in the bin rather than put it down and contaminate my kit and things like that. So I've just come to the window a bit closer just to get more of natural light. Show you the skin and everything close up. See, the cold sore patch is not the greatest application of it, but the cold sore patches, if you did put on, say, your bride to be, the brand ones from Superdrug and Boots, they do last really well. They would last all night until she peels them off the next day, so they're really good to have in your kit for those situations. But yeah, I'm actually surprised at how much I'm liking the skin and the bronze and the Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows and things like that. Like, I'm actually more impressed than I thought I'd be. Sometimes I find their products can be hit and miss. I love some of them, but then some of them I've actually sent back because I was really disappointed. There was an eyeshadow quad, the Pillow Talk one, and the colours just didn't look like the pictures. I wasn't too happy with the pigment. They flaked, the metallics flaked and everything, but these ones have been really creamy, really buttery. So no, I really like them. But yeah, I just hope you've enjoyed watching this. Just did it just as a, I don't know, on the whim, just felt like doing it. And yeah, so everyone's all right. Hopefully your mental healths are okay in this crazy time. I know I've been climbing the walls, so speak to you soon. Just wanted to check in and show this foundation number 6 does seem to match my tan quite well, and I do think it looks a little bit darker than when I applied it. But yeah, it does look pretty airbrushed, pretty nice, pretty smooth. So this is a good few hours after wearing it. I think it's been 5 hours. It's kind of like got a glow to it. See, my skin looks a bit shiny, but I did put the glow base under, so it could be that coming through. But I think I prefer it with a glow. Anyway, I'm not really a matte person. My horrible large pores are coming through. So that airbrush look that the powder once gave is kind of now going away. My horrible 11s are coming through a little bit, but that'll be any foundation that I'm wearing like going forward now, because my skin's a bit crap. So yeah, it's not too bad.